We want to help you to reorient yourself a little bit, because we know that money is convenient, and we know that it's a portable means of exchange, and we know that it's valuable in the immediacy of gratification and all of that. But we want you to contemplate, who did you pay for your body? Who did you pay for your body?
No one.
Who was paid for this planet? Who has the deed to the planet? Who do you pay for the sun to come up? Who did you pay for the rain that fell? Who do you pay for the air you breathe? We're making a very annoying and logical point. Let's just try to take money out of the equation just for a little bit and acknowledge that the currency that you're exchanging is vibration, thought, energy. And the success of your portfolio is indicated to you first by the emotion that you feel, and next by the manifestation that follows. So the currency is the thought, and the indication of how well you're doing is the emotion that you're feeling. So if we can just get off the subject of money just for a little while and talk about vibrational alignment with the desires that you hold, we promise you it will spring you forward so much more quickly. It's like, let me take this subject that I've practiced. In fact, I work for a place that practices it, and I work with people who practice it. And not only do I work with people who practice it, but they practiced it from their mother, who got 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 it from their mother. So there's this long history of practice of this subject of money. And Abraham, I'd like you to help me clean it up here today. And we say, or not. In other words, it's not likely that we're going to help you or anyone clean up your negative thought. We can't get you to stop thinking a thought. When we say you create your own reality, we hear you all the time. You say, cancel. Try to suck the thought back before law of attraction gets hold of it and gives you something you don't want. And we say, there is no exclusion in this universe. This is an attraction-based universe. So rather than no longer trying to not think that thought, we want you to think another thought. And so what we're saying to you is, if we can convince you to no longer think about money. Oh, we're thinking about money. Well, don't think about money. I'm thinking about the money that I'm not supposed to think about. Rather than not thinking about money, let's think about something else. Let's talk about energy. Let's talk about thought. Let's talk about the vortex. Let's talk about who you really are. Let's talk about what you really want. Let's talk about emotion. Let's talk about the power of your ability to choose a thought that feels better. And we got to tell you, anybody who is feeling that they don't have enough money, we've got to get off the subject of money, because every time we talk about the subject of money, even when we know it from our in the vortex point of view, it always activates you wherever you are on the subject. Every subject is two subjects, what is wanted and the opposite of what is wanted. And so when you pick up the long stick that has money on one end of it and not enough on the other end of it, you activate it right where you are. And we think that the subject of money is too long talked about in this situation. There's too much vibration about it. We can make so much more headway if we never talk to you about money ever again. We don't want to talk about money. We don't want to talk about money. We want to talk about your worthiness. We want to talk about who you are as source energy. We want to talk about the power of your thought. We want to talk about the universal forces that have your back. We want to talk about how everything is always working out for you, unless you get hold of a thought that poisons your mind and holds you in resistance in a chronic way and prevents you from getting what you want, you see. This subject is not about money. It's about attraction. It's about being a vibrational match to what I do want rather than a vibrational match to what I don't want, you see. Do you have any idea of the prosperity that you are experiencing in this moment with all of the billions of people on this planet, many of whom would like to be sitting in this chair on this day? Do you understand the prosperity that has just fallen upon you as a result of you raising your hand and being in a place with strong enough wanting? This is prosperity that is extreme, you see. This is something that money can't buy. Ask them. They all paid. You didn't pay extra money to get in this chair. You didn't have some extra hook somewhere. You didn't pull some strings, you see. It was a vibrational reason that you're in this chair. The reason you're in this chair is because of the work you do, you have put more vibration around the subject of money into your vortex of creation than any person that we have ever experienced, ever. However, the vibrational legacy, the abundance that is amassed because of your kind heart and the way you feel about all those people that you're trying, and the stories that you hear day after day, and all that you've been asking for yourself and on behalf of others, there is a veritable fortune that has been amassed that you hold the key to, that your inner being stands as the keeper of, holding it steady, always for you, shining the light on it and calling you to it, you see. And even though you had a fair amount of resistance going on, the power of your desire was so significant that we could not see you. There you were, bright light with a bushel over it, sort of. Feel more abundant now, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I feel pretty good.
Look at the light in your eyes and the smile on your face and the glow of your skin. You are abundant, you see. You are abundant. You are blessed in more ways than we can describe. And the money cannot defy someone who feels that way. So people come to you, and it's such an interesting thing because the whole system is so screwy, because they plead their needy case. And it's so interesting because in a society that doesn't understand vibration, sometimes when people plead a needy case, then you give up the goods, sort of. But it gives you a whole distorted view of things, because that neediness keeps you from the vortex of creation that is the abundance that's been gathered for you, you see. And so what you have to convey to the people that you want to help is there is abundance for you, and I see you worthy of it. But it's a hard seat to sit in, because then they want to say, well, if you see me worthy of it, then give me some of it, you say. It takes a powerful presence to understand that you are the creator of your own reality. The greatest gift that you could give to those people who are asking you for that is by saying to them, the power of your wanting is going to bring something to you. And whether it comes through this vortex called me and this position that I stand in, and some of it very well may, there's much more abundance than will ever flow through here lining up for you. Now, the reason that we are so animated about helping you to understand this is because we want you to understand that you are vibrational beings, you are source energy beings, you are God in physical bodies. And as you've come forth from this non-physical realm, a part of that consciousness has come into the personality that you know as you. That means there are potentially two vibrational aspects of you. Now, the reason we say two potential aspects, they're almost always without exception are two vivid vibrational aspects of you. But you could, in your physical body, in any moment of time, be so vibrationally attuned to who you really are. You could be in a moment of rapturous love. And when you're doing that in your physical body, there is only one vibration that's happening. In other words, you bring your physical vibration into complete alliance or harmony or accord or allowing with the vibration of who you really are. So we want you to understand that every emotion that you feel, and there are lots of them all day long, every day, your emotions are your indication of these two vibrational aspects. The better you feel, the more you are in the proximity of who you have become. Now, hear that. We want you to understand it's not just who you were before you were born. It's who this part of you has become since you've been born, putting all of those things over there into this vortex of creation. Every time you ask, it's given. And it's given because the larger part of you becomes the vibrational equivalent of what you've asked for. And in order for you to have the manifestation that you want to call your reality, you've got to match up with what you've asked for, and you can't do it by looking at the absence of it. We want to get across to you in a way that you will always remember that when you don't feel good, when you're discouraged or depressed or overwhelmed or afraid, when you're worried, when you're angry, when you're fearful, when you have any of those negative emotions bubbling within you, what it means every single time is that your life caused you to expand, and right now you stubbornly aren't going. The larger part of you went to a newer, clearer, better feeling, more evolved, more expansive place, just like you knew you would cause to happen by your association with physical life out here on the leading edge. But you didn't go. You didn't take the bounce. You're still justifying why you want it. I really need these things I've asked for because I'm really sick. I'll pray for recovery from this awful thing that I have. We're beating the drum, can you tell? I don't have enough, I don't have enough, I don't have enough, I don't have enough, I've never had enough, I've never had enough, I've never had enough, I've never had enough. It's not fair that those others have so much. It's not fair that those others have so much. And what we want you to understand is that as long as you are still poking around at the vibration that has caused you to expand, you're going to feel awful because you're not letting yourself expand. You're stuck in what you call reality. And we want you to understand that everything that you see around you, every manifestation, your Earth spinning in its orbit in perfect proximity to other planets, all of it was vibrationally happening first. All of it was in this vortex of creation first. All of it was a vibrational reality before it came into view by you. We've been enjoying what we've been feeling in those of you who are here because you've come into resonance with your true knowing. As we are expressing here, there are more words offered in this period of time than you will find in almost any other forum. We are almost speed speaking, and yet you are up to speed with what we are offering because you are on the wavelength that is us. You know what we know for the most part as we've been presenting it to you. You're right here on this leading edge. We have had 17 or 18, maybe even 19 excursions into a place that no one has ever been before who has been in physical form, and you all went right there easily because you were right on the brink of that knowing, and together as we discovered that new place, we all simultaneously knew it together. This is far different than Source knowing something and then teaching it to you. It is you in that which you are living teaching Source, and Source acknowledging, maybe more quickly than you are, what we have learned together and then reiterating it back to you. There has never in all that we've known been a better environment of co-creating than what we've experienced here today. It is exhilarating to come together with those like you who are coming to understand more clearly in every day who you are. Be easy about this and let this analogy of the vortex, let it serve you in the soft and gentle ways that it will. Become a liver of unconditional love. Become one who cares mostly about how you feel. Look for reasons to feel good and bless your pillow. And as you do, what you're going to discover is that Source has been waiting for you and will continue to be there for you in this vibrational state of the completion of that which you have so far carved out, rooting for you to join in the exhilaration of that union. We never get it done, and we will never get it wrong. And you never get it done, and you will never get it wrong. So celebrate as much as you can and complain as little as you can, and watch how much resource has already been aligned for you. It is right that you feel good. You are supposed to have fun, and most of all, you are supposed to be in the vortex. We leave you here exhilarated beyond verbal description, and we say to you that we remain eternally and blissfully in the vortex.